What's going on, guys? So in this video I want to do a little recap of the little powerlifting meet that I did yesterday. So what did I do yesterday? I did a mock powerlifting meet just for myself. I'm probably not going to do a powerlifting meet anytime soon, but I wanted to do one yesterday just to test my strength and see what it is. And you know, my numbers, well, people may think that they are high. For my weight, I should be lifting a lot more, but these are my own numbers, so I'm proud of my numbers. But in reality, all my lifts are pretty low. You guys may think that they are really high up there, but you know, if you compare somebody my size, and I know you shouldn't compare yourself to others, but if you compare myself to even like a powerlifter who is 185 pounds or 200 pounds, they're lifting way more weight than me. My bench may be my best lift, and that's really the only thing that I have been working on this year is my bench and my overhead press. But other than that, I have not been doing any kind of squatting movement or really any kind of deadlifting movement. I kind of just did deadlifts last week, and I don't really work those into my program just because I notice whenever I do a squat movement, my hip will hurt. So I knew going into this, testing out my maxes, that I would probably have some hip issues afterwards, and I do. We'll talk about that hip injury or hip soreness afterwards. But what were my numbers? My numbers were basically 315 across the board, except for overhead press. Overhead press was 205 pounds. So I got 315 for the squat, the bench, and the deadlift, which are pretty good numbers, especially for the squat. And I think because of my own kind of ego, I pushed myself to go higher on the squat because I didn't want to stop at 275, which I probably should have, because when I did do that 315 pound squat, I kind of tweaked something. I tweaked something in my hip and may tweak something in my back. It's hurting today and I'm feeling it. Hopefully it's just some soreness, but I have a feeling that it's not. Because like I said, whenever I do squat movements, my hip will hurt for a while. So I have been laying off those. Like when me and Anna were doing burpees or just body weight squats, my hip would hurt afterwards. There's probably something going on in there. So I don't try to aggravate it by doing that kind of movement, but I did it yesterday. And now as a result, I am feeling the pain today. Pretty painful, but hopefully with some rest, you know, a couple days off of squatting, which I probably won't be doing anytime soon, it'll heal up and I'll be able to run and walk again. Because right now I'm pretty limited. I'm telling you, it's almost an injury. I don't want to call it an injury because I don't want to be injured, but I can't do a lot of things. I can't bend over. I can't do a lot of things. This sucks. It sucks. But anyways, let's not talk about that. We'll talk about the squat. 315, did that. I was happy with it, even though I did end up hurting myself a little bit when I did do the movement. As far as the bench is my strongest movement. What I usually do nowadays in the gyms is basically I do a chest and arm day, which is on a Monday. On a Tuesday, I'll do shoulder and arm day. And then on Wednesday, I'll do a back and arm day. So basically, those are the movements. And in those movements, I'm doing the bench and I'm doing the overhead press, and sometimes I'm doing deadlift. Usually I won't do deadlift. I'll usually do something else, maybe a pin lay row or some row movements. So I don't usually do the deadlift, like I said. Speaking of the deadlift, I also got 315 pounds on the deadlift. So that was good too. And I probably shouldn't have jumped up to 350 pounds. Again, I was just trying to get my 1,000-pound total that I got a long time ago. A long time ago, I did enter an unofficial powerlifting competition and I got 1,000 pounds total for all my lifts. But back then, I was doing those movements a lot. So it was kind of dumb of me, and my ego was trying to tell me to lift heavier, but it was dumb of me to try to do those lifts when I haven't been really working on those lifts. So if you're out there and you're in the gym and trying to lift heavy, don't push yourself too hard. It's just like running. You should only increase your runs 10% at a time. I definitely jumped up on my deadlifts and my squats big time, knowing that I did not work up to those weights. So because I didn't work up to those weights, probably this is why my hip is bothering. But I think I also have other hip issues. So let's go ahead and talk about the hip issue. So right now, like I said, I am having problems bending over. I'm having problems squatting. I'm having problems rolling over in bed. It's really painful. So I've been taking some pain medication today, and yeah, I'm just hoping it gets better. I did have this kind of pain before when I was doing squats with Anna, like I said, and it did take a while for it to heal up and get better. So I'm gonna lay off any type of movements to try to heal this so I can get back to running and get back to lifting, because I was getting so strong. The bench was going up pretty easy when I was working out, so I wanted to test that out to see how strong I was. And unfortunately for me, my ego made me lift those other weights. It probably was a really, really bad idea. So that's what's going on today. I'm just resting up, trying to recover from my mock meet where I lifted 945 pounds plus the 205 pounds for the overhead press. You know, lifting and running for me is something that I'm always gonna do, so hopefully I don't injure myself anymore, and hopefully I can keep on doing both of these things for a long, long time. Just have to be smart and not let my ego overtake my better judgment. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, give me a like, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.